Alright, everybody. Today I have a list of 10 EXs I personally want in One Piece Bounty Rush. This is a personal list. This is what I want, not what anyone else wants or what I think will happen. These are characters I want to see as an EX. Of course, some of these characters will probably get EX, just not for a while. Some of these characters might get an EX this anniversary. We'll see. Not sure. And some might never get an EX at all. So we will see. So let's get right into it. First, at number 10, I have is Shiki. A good Shiki. You know, what is it? Stampede, I think? No, not Stampede. Strong-willed Shiki. He was kinda weak compared to what we know now. Of course, that was a non-canon movie. Later, Ichiro Oda decided he liked the character Shiki, so he implemented him more in the story. And yeah, that Shiki got beat by, after Enies Lobby, Gear 2nd Luffy. That's how weak he was. And it was shown in the in the movie that he also fought Roger at one point. Of course, he lost because a wave took him and the ships out, but he was on par with Roger. He was in the Rocks Pirate crew, we found out, and stuff like that. So, from what we know now about Shiki, he is a lot stronger than whatever they did in Strong-Willed. So, a new Shiki would be very nice. I think they could utilize his Devil Fruit to make him an OP defender. Maybe he can, teleporting defender, he can float up, come down on treasures, defend. He can maybe summon piles of rubble or something and send them on every treasure, just like Whitebeard or a Kaido move that attacks every treasure, stuff like that. They could do a lot with a new Shiki if they decide to make him, and I think he deserves EX. I think even during when they were releasing all the Film Red movie characters, or all the movie characters, I think they could have switched Z with Shiki as the EX, but I'm not complaining. Z is my favorite EX of all time, so. But I think Shiki definitely could have gotten that EX spot instead of Z if Bandai really wanted to. But next, number 9 we have is Dragon. Why he's so low is, of course, he hasn't really done anything. All we know is he seems to have some kind of wind power. Maybe the wind god Logia, something like that. Is it a wind god? I don't think. No, I think it's a forest god. But we don't know what he has. He has an OP wind Logia fruit, maybe. Not sure. But why he's so low, of course, like I said, we don't know much about him. But if they ever made him a character, I could see him being very OP. He could maybe be a OP attacker. He can summon wind to push enemies all the way back. Maybe just actually a runner, yeah. He could have a high knockback. Maybe wind that carries the enemy all the way back to their spawn. Not even just teleporting them. They have to sit through like an animation of them being pulled back to their spawn, and then they can move. That'd be very OP. And then something like maybe he flies up in the air and comes down and teleporting, runner. Just like any runner these days, they need to be good and they need to teleport, so. That is Dragon at number 9. Number 8 I have is Kizu. I think this is going to happen next anniversary. I think he might be the first EX of next anniversary, of course. One Piece anime is coming back in April, so he will finally be animated in Egghead, doing stuff. Of course, he has been animated. He has enough moves if they really wanted to give him the Egghead outfit and put him in the game with moves they know he has. They could easily do that, but probably won't do that. But yeah, Kizu, I've always wanted an EX Kizu. Of course, I love his Devil Fruit. One of my favorite Devil Fruits in One Piece. The Light Fruit, of course. Very fast. Probably going to be runner. If he's not runner, that'd be very weird to me. But I guess they could make him defender. Summon light beams on every treasure, stuff like that. But we'll see. But yeah, Kizu, I definitely want. He's only at number 8, but it's more because I think he's going to happen. I think he's going to come pretty soon. Next anniversary. If not even this anniversary. But no, I don't think this anniversary. So, next we have is Kaido. I know people probably don't care for another Kaido. But I personally want another Kaido at number 7. Kaido, of course, he has one more form they could use to make. And they could finally make a good attacker Kaido. Of course, we have the OG Kaido, which he was good on release, but he's still usable, I guess, if you really have the best mental set and stuff. But Of course, his flame dragon form, people call it his awakening, might be his awakening, not confirmed. We have no clue what this form is or how he got it, whatever. But he can just turn into basically a pure flame dragon. He just turns his whole body into flames. And yeah, it was pretty OP. Of course, Luffy beat him in one punch still, but he was burning Gear 5 Luffy, even though he wasn't even that close to him. Of course, also, they could give us purple hybrid Kaido that transform. Not, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily transforms, probably just give us a skill. But purple hybrid Kaido, you know, his drunk form, and then it can transform into that flame dragon Kaido. But we will see, maybe it won't happen, maybe we'll never get another Kaido, who knows. But if they really wanted to, I think they could have just waited a little bit longer and gave us this form. Because, yeah, if they really wanted to, they could have waited a bit longer. Because it was already in the manga, so they knew it was coming. So I think they have plans for another EX Kaido. Maybe not for a while, but they should have plans for another EX Kaido eventually. But yeah, purple hybrid Kaido that uses a move that would be very cool in his flame dragon form, whatever element he would be. And yeah, he is number 7 for me of characters I want. Next, we'll go to number 6, Blackbeard. Of course, Blackbeard, I think, is going to come as the main EX this anniversary. That's why he's not lower down. Actually, and to be fair, even if I knew he wasn't probably coming this anniversary, he probably would still be at 6. Blackbeard's definitely not my favorite character. I do want him, though. He, of course, is the first character with 2 devil fruits. Everyone's been hyped for him, how they're gonna make it work. Maybe he'll be something like Lucci. You can be in the Quake fruit, and then you hold the normal button, you switch to the dark dust, and then like a defender or something, whatever they do. And I think Blackbeard might be the most broken character in the history of OPBR. Up to whatever point, of course, until he gets dethroned by another character. But yeah, having the dark fruit and the Quake fruit is definitely going to be strong. Hopefully he is switching though. Probably he will start in defender. Yeah, I doubt he'll start in attacker or whatever. Start defender, hold skill, press whatever you do to transform, go in the Quake form. Or they could just do a basic Blackbeard where skill 1 has a Quake ability, skill 2 has a dark ability, which would be kind of boring in my opinion. So I really hope that Blackbeard comes with both devil fruits that he can switch between it, so he has 2 skills each of that devil fruit. And of course, switching characters are pretty broken. Any switching character they ever released has always been broken. And yeah, making him defender, again, not sure if they would necessarily do that. I don't see Blackbeard being runner in any way, shape, or form, but it'll be fine as long as he switches into attacker. If not, he'll probably just be a pure attacker character. Alright, number 5 we have is Flame Emperor Sabo. Of course, Sabo recently making moves. He became the Flame Emperor after the events of Merizawa and the Reverie. Of course, he's the only one outside of the Gorosei and maybe the Holy Knights that know about Imu. He's probably the only outsider in like their era that knows about Imu. Of course, Joy Boy probably knew about Imu or whatever, Lily, whatever, but that was like 800 years ago. I'm talking about characters currently in the anime. I don't even think the Fleet Admiral knows about Imu, but I could be wrong. Maybe Akainu does know about Imu. But of course, Sabo, he is pretty powerful, being claimed the Flame Emperor, thus making him, I guess, the 5th Emperor, if you want to say it like that. He gained more popularity than even Dragon himself. Not to say he's stronger than Dragon. Of course, he's probably not stronger than Dragon, but he is more popular than Dragon at this point. And yeah, he was able to somehow escape all 5 Gorosei and Imu, all transformed into their, forms. Unfortunately, he couldn't save Cobra, but of course Cobra wanted him to leave him behind, give him the best chance of escaping, and Sabo was able to escape. Then Imu did his beam attack on the island and almost killed Sabo. Of course, Sabo survived because he was on a ship on the shore instead. And yeah, Sabo, of course, hopefully he's EX. Ace's flame power, along with his insane hockey, is going to make a great EX one day, hopefully. Alright, number 4 we have is Sengoku, specifically Buddha form Sengoku. I hope they make him a giant character. Honestly, at this point, he is one of the few characters who could be a giant, who could also be EX. Him and maybe Douglas Bullet in his awakened form could be EX giant characters. Of course, we could get also someone from the manga, I won't say, but you probably know who it is. But I don't think he'll be, you know, a character. At least not an EX. But yeah, Sengoku, Buddha form, of course, insane shockwave power. They could make him, probably not gonna make him defender, probably just a giant attacker. Because he already has his defender form. Giant attacker, he'll send shockwaves across the map or something. He maybe could have an attack as an attacker that can affect all treasures, like a defender usually could. But as an attacker, he could do it. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, Sengoku, of course, Buddha form, everyone. I don't think many people would complain if we got a Buddha form Sengoku. Of course, one of the coolest ever fruits in the show. And he has insane power as a fleet admiral. We know he fought Roger in the past. He fought Shiki with Garp. He fought probably Rocks at one point, maybe, not confirmed. Of course, we know Garp and Roger took down Rocks. Sengoku probably fought Rocks, though. If, normally they were getting into scuffles with every pirate back then. Garp fought Roger and Whitebeard. Sengoku fought Roger and Whitebeard probably, too. And then, yeah, I would assume at one point Sengoku fought Rocks. So, yeah, Sengoku, of course, OP character. Finally, we're getting down to the top 3 characters I want. This character's going to seem a little bit weird, but next is Emu. Emu is probably going to sound like a weird choice, but I think Emu easily has enough showtime to have a character in One Piece Bounty Rush. I don't think we necessarily need their face reveal. I mean, we got King before his face reveal, so they could just literally make Emu a black silhouette. And whatever. Of course, it would be... No, never mind. I forgot he does have a voice actor now, so... Yeah, they could just do the voice actor. They are really trying to hide his voice, though, so... People still think it could be a girl. I think it's probably a girl still. He is known as King of the World, but also... If, like, someone like Big Mom became King of the Pirates, I'm pretty sure they'd still call her King of the Pirates, not Queen of the Pirates, so... I think Emu could still be a girl. But yeah, Emu has more than enough skills. So, Emu, skill 1, pretend. He does his ancient weapon attack. He rains beams of whatever the red beams on every treasure. Boom, that's skill 1. Skill 2, he activates his skill, maybe a hold skill. He summons arrows out of him and attacks the enemy. That's skill 2. That's easily enough. Like, you'd only need 2 skills. Normals, you could just do arrows, maybe he points his finger and shoots his arrow attack out of him. And then, of course, he has another attack, technically, where he turns into his, beast form, his Zoan form. We have no clue what it is yet. But it's only a silhouette. We have no clue. I doubt they're going to use his form if they bring him. But he could do some counter. If someone summons a beam attack or something, he could just eat it like he ate Sabo's flame, Something like that. So Emu, I think, is very possible to come in One Piece Bounty Rush. And Emu is probably my second favorite character in One Piece at the moment. Of course, we'll get to number 1. Of course, number 1 is going to be my favorite character. But before we get to number 1, I must warn, spoiler warning, these last 2 characters on my list are manga spoilers that have not been shown in the anime, so click off now if you don't want to be spoiled. Only 2 EXs left, but yeah, number 1 is my favorite character currently, and probably will stay my favorite character in One Piece. But alright, let's get to it. Number 2 we have is Saint Garcia Saturn. Saturn, of course, came to Egghead with Kizu. And his Zoan form is very nice. I love his Zoan form. Saturn, of course, he will... I'm 99.9% sure Saturn will get EX. Maybe it's next anniversary, maybe it's the anniversary after that, but Saturn should get an EX. If he's not an EX, I don't know what they're doing. If he's not... Yeah, he's got to be EX. There's no way they make him. But, of course, Saturn has a yokai form. I forgot what it was called. You're not sure, but some kind of spider yokai. I believe he drags people. He like his yokai, whatever history. I believe it goes something like he sits on the shore and he lures people to the shore or whatever, and he drags them. Something like that. Drags them and kills them. I don't know. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the story, but yeah, Saturn, of course, he could be a transforming character easily, but yeah, he could be a transforming character. Who knows what they will do? He could just be his hybrid form. He probably won't be his full beast form. I would assume he could be something like Lucci. He starts off as his human form, transforms into his hybrid form with a click of the normal, and then he has a skill 2 that goes into his full beast form, and maybe he stomps around. If they really wanted to, they could just make Saturn full beast form a giant character. I don't think they'll do that. But for Saturn, I think he could be defender, but I think he most likely will be attacker. He does have poison abilities, so he could, put poison on the treasure or something like that and be a really good defender. And then, of course, the Gorosei all are very tanky. I could see them giving him shield, giving all the Gorosei shield since they're supposed to be so tanky. I could see them giving him multiple lives, like Usopp character, he has multiple lives. After you kill him once, he can get back up like 3 times, I think. But whatever they do, I think the Gorosei are going to be extremely, extremely broken in One Piece Bounty Rush. And especially Saturn. Of course, number 1 we'll get to in a second, but the other Gorosei I would really love, but I don't think they're going to get a character anytime soon. Because we only seen their full beast form and their human form. So I think they'll wait till their hybrid form to show the other characters. But number 1, if you didn't guess already, it's the GOAT, Saint Ethan, finance warrior god, of course. Ethan, MVP of Egghead for the Gorosei. All the others were failing their job, and then there's Ethan. He's going around killing all the pacifists. Not even killing them. He was freezing them so they could be used later. He's very smart, very fast. People were basically in the anime manga saying that basically someone's teleporting around the island taking out all the pacifistas. So that's how fast he is. People think he's teleporting. He has the sickest hybrid form of the Gorosei shown so far. Of course, 3 of them still need to be shown, but and yeah, he's just a go overall. He's a cool swordsman. He has a cool devil fruit. His full beast form, not the biggest fan of. Definitely not my favorite full beast form look, but he is definitely the best Gorosei in my opinion, and my favorite character of One Piece. Of course, we talked about his speed, thus probably a runner. He'll probably just have a skill that makes him run super fast, or maybe he'll just have a teleporting skill, ignore defense. Maybe he'll be a switching character. Maybe he'll start off as his normal form. He could be a defender or an attacker, and then he holds the button, just like I said Saturn could be. Holds the button, transforms into his hybrid form, and then boom, he's a runner now. And yeah, this guy, I hope they make him broken. I hope he's EX. I think Saturn and Saint Ethan are definitely getting EX. The other Gorosei, I hope get an EX, but at the same time, I could see them just being Bounty Fest. High tier Bounty Fest, though. But I hope all of them are EXs. But Ethan, of course, is the most character I want the most. My favorite character of all time. He is just a GOAT. So, that is the 10 characters I want in One Piece Bounty Rush. Tell me who you would want as an EX, whether it's a weird character or whatever, it doesn't matter, just whoever you want. It doesn't matter if they could be EX or if they should be EX, it's just, whoever you want. And yeah, for me that is Saint Ethan Baron V.